What's up guys, the Snowman here, and today I've got my first tennis draw preview video in around 5 months. The WTA Tour officially returned this week with an international level clay event in Palermo, Italy. And now this week we're going to see some big marquee names return to the sport with 2 more international level events. One is the Prague Open in Prague, Czech Republic. Another one, the Top Seed Open in Lexington, Kentucky. And I want to talk about the Top Seed Open today because the draw is now officially out. It's still going to be a couple more weeks until the ATP Men's Tour returns. They'll be back for Cincinnati, which is actually going to be played in New York this year. That's right before the US Open. But again, the Top Seed Open in Lexington, Kentucky, the draw's out, so let's dive into this draw. And as we look at this draw, you're going to notice some huge names despite it being a relatively small event. Obviously, players must be chomping at the bit to play some real tennis. Their first chance to accumulate rankings points and prize money in about 5 months. We've got Serena, Venus, Sloane Stephens, Coco Gauff, Amanda Anisimova. It's Americans galore in this draw. You also have the likes of Vika Azarenka, Aryna Sabalenka. No Kim Clijsters though, she pulled out, but the stars are out. So let's take a look at this top half of the Top Seed Open draw now, and it begins with Serena Williams, who the last time we saw Serena, she was getting upset in the 3rd round of the Australian Open to Wang Chong. She's going to be turning 39 soon, still on the hunt for that elusive 24th career Grand Slam title, chasing Margaret Court, trying to tie her in that regard. But Serena very excited to be back. It seems like with all the doom and gloom in the tennis world the last few months, Serena seems really refreshed and recharged and rejuvenated, and she is very excited to be back. So Serena should have a relatively easy first-round matchup. Bernarda Pera, fellow American there. But if Serena wins, she'll play either her sister Venus or another player she knows very well, Victoria Azarenka, a player who she's met twice in Grand Slam finals against. Vika-Venus first-round matchup is going to be awesome. Azarenka still playing great tennis, one of the best baseliners in the game. Venus, maybe not so much. She's now 40 years of age. I thought she was going to retire this year after the Tokyo Olympics, but obviously with the Olympics being pushed back to 2021, maybe Venus is going to try to keep it going for 12 more months. But obviously in the twilight of her career, Venus and Vika should be a great matchup though. And Sloane Stephens in Serena's quarter as well. Sloane ranking at 37 at this point, a bit lower than we're accustomed to seeing from Stephens. That's because she had a woeful start to 2020, 1-5, including a first-round outing at the Australian Open, but she's back with her old coach Kamau Murray now, the coach who helped her win that 2017 US Open title. And on paper, I would never count on Sloane Stephens because she has all of the requisite tools, the athleticism, the speed defensively to track down balls, as well as the power offensively. She just has to be in the right mindset. Also in this top half, another first-round matchup that catches my eye, Amanda Anisimova against Cici Bellis, 2 young Americans. For Anisimova at age 18, the youngest player in the top 30. She's got a good attacking style of game, very good ground strokes. I want to see her improve on that serve though, especially the second serve. Very inconsistent for a player 5'11". I think she's got lots of room for growth there. But Anisimova and then Cici Bellis, awesome to see her back on the tour. Bellis throughout 2018 and 2019 had 4 separate surgeries on her wrist and elbow for injuries there. Very Del Potro-esque by Bellis. She was away from the game for around 18 months, but she is back now. Made a 3rd round run at the Australian Open, beat Karolina Mukova there. So Bellis is back. And then Tomljanovic-Putintseva as well in the first round. That should be a fun matchup. 2 hard hitters. They've already met once in 2020 in Adelaide. The Aussie winning in a tiebreak in 6-2. But Putintseva is a big game hunter. She upset Naomi Osaka not once but twice last year, including in the first round of Wimbledon. She's only 5'4", but can absolutely blast the ball off the court. Now the bottom half of this draw is way more wide open as we pull it up here. And in particular, quarter number 3, we could see a real dark horse. And I've got my eyes peeled on Jennifer Brady. I called Putintseva a big game hunter, but Brady has already claimed some huge upsets this season. In Brisbane, she beat Sharapova in a 3rd set breaker, as well as the world number 1 Ash Barty on Australian soil. Then in Dubai, she ran through a gauntlet of Svitolina, Marketa Vondrousova, and Garbina Muguruza. So it wouldn't shock me if Brady went deep here in Lexington. And then Ons Jabeur, another player who is in great form. Before the pandemic hit, she reached the quarterfinals of the Aussie Open, but a very tricky player to play against. The Tunisian has some Shea Su Wei elements to her game, just always keeps her opponents on their back heels. And towards the bottom of the draw here now, perhaps the star attraction in 16-year-old now Coco Gauff. Everybody remembers the Grand Slam runs from last season, making it to the round of 16 at Wimbledon, beating Venus in the first round there. Also made it to the third round at the US Open before losing to Osaka. The fourth round of the Aussie Open this season, and she's got the entire package. She's got the confidence, the fire, the work ethic. Her backhand is already world class. That cross-court backhand, so punishing. And the MPHs she's able to generate on her serve at such a young age is remarkably rare. So Gauff, she's got to be very excited to return to the court. I think she's a very likable kid, young woman, but she's going to play a qualifier in round one. Good chance that that's going to be a fellow American for her. Not so easy potentially in the second round, though, where it could be Aryna Sabalenka Brengel in the first round. And Sabal, she possesses loads of firepower. She's one of the few women in 2020 who can already say that she's claimed a title this season. She won that back in February, a Premier 5 event in Doha, Qatar, where she defeated Petra Kvitova in the final. But I really want to see Sabalenka versus Gauff because I think Gauff, when she's in her prime, as in her final form, she's going to be equally daunting offensively and defensively. So I want to see how that defense matches up against Sabalenka's firepower, her ability. Can she hit through the court against Gauff? That's going to be really entertaining. But yeah, I'm just very excited. We saw already in this week in Palermo that 3 of the top 5 seeds were upset in the first round. So I'm expecting the unexpected in Lexington. A lot of upsets, a lot more drama. And it's just great that tennis is back. Again, US Open about 3 weeks away where both the men and the women will be. And then Cincinnati before that. So tennis is officially back. So let's bask in this glory. And thanks a lot for watching. Let me know who you think has got a shot here in Lexington. And I'll be back very soon with more tennis content. Thanks a lot. Cheers.